Hey there, my name is Miss Raffield. Today I'm going to cover the subject of probability, standard for Georgia MCC7.SP.5. Understand that the probability of a chance event is a number between 0 and 1 that expresses the likelihood of the event occurring. Larger numbers indicate greater likelihood. A probability near 0 indicates an unlikely event. A probability around half indicates an event that is neither unlikely nor likely, and a probability near 1 indicates a likely event. So to get a feeling of what we're going to be looking at today, let's go ahead and talk about this. Let's look at the evening news. How likely is it that during the summer months in the state of Georgia that I will see a thunderstorm pop up somewhere in the state of Georgia? The chances of that is more of a near 1 because it's more likely going to happen. It's a likely event. Now, what are the chances of me winning the lottery if I say I do play the lottery? That'd probably be a half because it's neither unlikely nor likely that I'm going to win because the odds are really small. Now, if I was to sit there and state that on the news tonight, you're going to see that I've been drafted to be a pitcher in the Major League Baseball Association, I would have to go ahead and say that that is a very unlikely event, and that's probably never going to happen. So, with those examples there, maybe you can look at the news this evening and sit there and think about some things and see whether or not you think that what the probability of them are going to be. Now let's move forward with some key vocabulary words that you need to go ahead and place in your interactive notebook for later usage. Let's go over experiment. That is, in probability, it's any activity based on a chance, such as tossing a coin. Trial, defined as each repetition or observation of an experiment. Outcome is defined as a possible result of a probability experiment. The term event means an outcome or set of outcomes of an experiment or situation. Probability is defined as a number from 0 to 1 or 0% to 100% that describes how likely an event is to occur. Complement is defined as a set of all outcomes that are not the event. Now let's take a deeper look into things. Let's talk about a set of dice. Alright, we have one die, and on one die we have 6 sides, and we have 6 numbers. So, what are the possible outcomes rolling one die? It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Now, what is an example of an impossible outcome of rolling one die? It would be a 0, 8, 9, 10, etc. The reason for that being is because there's no possible way with a single die can you achieve any of these numbers because they do not exist on there. Now, what is an example of a certain outcome? Rolling something less than 7, but rolling something greater than 0. The reason for that is because the numbers are 1 through 6 on a single die. Alright, now that we've looked at this, let's go ahead and see if we can put some of this into play and try to figure out some probability problems. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and leave this slide up here because it has the die here of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, help give you a visual here. Now, let's find the probability of rolling a 4 or smaller. Now, that means a 4 or smaller, we're going to include 4 in our answer. So since there are 6 of them here, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a 4 out of 6 chance, which can be reduced to 2/3, of rolling a 4 or smaller. Now, let's find the probability of rolling less than a 2. Not including a 2, it's going to be less than a 2. So the only thing that we have less than a 2 here is the 1. So you'll have a 1 out of 6 chance of rolling less than a 2. Now, Let's find the probability of rolling an even number. Let's figure out how many even numbers we have in here. We have 2, 4, and 6. Those are that. So I have a 3 out of 6 chance, which we go ahead and can reduce that as a 1/2 probability of rolling an even number. Now, let's see about finding the probability of rolling a 5 or greater. We have 5 over here and a 6. So that would be a 2 out of 6. Alright, with a 2 out of 6, that leaves me with 1/3 as being reduced. Alright, now let's go ahead and list all possible outcomes from rolling a die. When you do that, all possible outcomes means every single chance that you have of rolling it. So all possible outcomes of rolling a single die would be a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, or a 6. This concludes my session on probability. Thank you and have a good night.